Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at. I just want to say it's been a while since I've done these LinkedIn lives, and it's great to be here. My name's Jim Becker, and I just want to let you know if you are on LinkedIn and you're following me, that's great. In the top right-hand corner on your mobile device or on your desktop, you'll see a little bell. Go ahead and click that bell. That way you'll be notified exactly when we are going live, and you'll know exactly what's going on each and every time. If you don't see that bell, most likely you're not following us. So if you get a chance, go ahead and just click on more or click on follow, and let's follow each other. I'll be more than happy to come on back and follow you guys, and it'll be fantastic. So we're going to be talking about strategic planning in business. How do we do that? So the topic that I've been studying for a long time now, and really a lot lately, as we're shifting and doing certain things, we want to really just work on our strategic planning. Are the plans that we put in place already, are they working, or do we have to reset those? Or are we just really flying by the seat of our pants? Are we just cowboying it up, what I've always said, right? So you have like flying by the seat of your pants, you've got tactical, and then you have strategic, you got OKRs, objectives and key results. Then you have this thing called a mission, then you have this thing called vision. So where are you in your planning? Now, what exactly is strategic planning? It's an organization process of defining its strategy or direction and making decisions on allocating its resources to pursue this strategy. It may also extend to the controlled mechanism for guiding and the implementation of said strategic actions, right? If you're not familiar with starting a business or running a business, sure, maybe strategic planning isn't something you do often or even think about. For business owners like myself, strategic planning is absolutely essential. I can't tell you enough that you need to do this. Operating without a strategic plan is like sitting in the passenger seat of a business that you're helping right now grow, working in it, not on it, and see it accelerate into overdrive and pass one milestone after another, after another, after another. Eventually, however, you helplessly watch as it swerves aimlessly or takes a corner too fast and you lose control. And worst case scenario, you crash and burn. So strategic planning puts you behind the steering wheel. It serves as a roadmap that defines the direction a company must travel in, and that helps leaders prepare for potential roadblocks ahead. So where are you? What state are you in? What operating state are you in? What's your current state and what's your desired state? See, companies are in the market of serving their customers, serving their employees. So we have to look at the markets that we're actually in. And without this foundation and foresight, we are far more likely to get lost, confused, stuck, or even wrecked. We don't want to wreck. Listen, as I'm going through this and giving you guys my monologue of strategic planning, I really want you guys just to think any questions, comments, concerns, and put them in the comments. Also, if you don't mind, go ahead and like. And if you want, go ahead and share. Would really appreciate that. But let's talk about the benefits of strategic planning. So what can we really get? What can really come from strategic planning? That's a good question. See, the process can take some time. It really could. Not moments, not seconds, you got to really take this on. See, when I take on a project, this project usually lasts a whole quarter. And that project has a lot of key objectives in there, and I need to go ahead and set those up. But it's truly beneficial for everyone that's involved. And I don't just leave it just for me to deal with. I take the accountability for my projects, absolutely. And I go ahead and assign responsibilities from that with my executive team and my managers, whoever is part of this whole project that we're putting together. See, as a business owner, you'll have a better idea of the goals and objectives that you want to accomplish. Now, think about this also as managers, even as a salesperson or in operations, whatever business you're in, it's not just for logistics. See, when you want to accomplish and a path to do that for your employees, the process can foster an increase in productivity, contributing to the success of your business. See, the strategic planning process should involve your employees. Your employees are involved in the day-to-day operations so that they're in the business and they can provide you with a unique view of the company from the inside while you're working on the business. See, every employee can share with what they think is or isn't working within the business, how it is structured today or what's going on. See, which can inform you of what type of planning you need to do into the near future, especially if you're not hitting your budget and your forecast is looking dim. You have to stay on track. Yeah. So in addition to your employees, it's beneficial to reach out to people outside of your company to get their opinions. Maybe it's your vendors, maybe it's the partners that you have, the carriers, maybe it's your software providers, right? How can they help? This will also have a unique perspective on your industry. Ask around, look at your perspective versus your significant other's perspective, your children's perspective on one topic, and watch. You're going to get a different perspective from each person. It's crazy. So what's your perspective right now? Talk to them, talk to other businesses, and get their thoughts on how they think the business and landscape can change in the future. I mean, if you just look at the economic wherewithal that we're going through right now and how inflation has taken off, right? And now how gas is more, fuel is more, and the price of oil was like at zero about 2 years ago, and now it's possibly going to go to $200 a barrel, right? So we're just floating around 100 right now, but what if this war with Ukraine and Russia continues on and it gets even worse? See, you have to look at things and kind of have that vision for the future and have a predictability or probability of where you're going to be. And this could be if you're just working on your own personal plan, what's your retirement plan? Are you doing it 10 years before you actually get there? See, you don't want to just plan where you're going on a Friday at the end of the day and say, all right, we're going to go camping and we're just going to drive north and find somewhere. And you end up in Fond du Lac or Merrimack and you get a camping site. My mom used to do that all the time. Now, that spontaneous thing is great, but there's no strategic planning. See, by involving your people, the people around you, your employees in strategic planning, the process, they receive a sense of accountability that can increase productivity also. Whether that be contributing in the process to where they're informed or the business goal and objectives after the strategic plan was created, they'll be more likely to want to help you achieve those targets. In addition to that, by sharing this information, they're going to hear certain things that resound in them that they want to be part of or could be to add contributions to the whole of the thing. And so they may be taking on something and say, listen, I can work on this part, that I can see what you're working on. And if you're working on that, there's 5 pieces that need to be done. I'm hearing 4 of them. I'll take on the 5th one because that's part of my accountability. See, you're enrolling people and they're registering in your future that you have created as a visionary. See, as part of the process, you'll examine and analyze your entire business. You'll analyze yourself, your people, what's possible, what's probable. You'll take a look at what your business does well and the areas where it needs to improve. Sometimes we just overlook that. Maybe we will just stop looking at it and it will change. It'll fix itself. Most times it doesn't, to be honest with you. By identifying your business and its current strengths and its current weaknesses, the process gives you and your employees an opportunity to improve in the future and become a durable business by minimizing any and all risks. So when those risks do hit, when fuel goes to $10 a gallon in the transportation world, it's going to be kind of crazy for everybody. You think inflation's bad now. How about hyperinflation? By the end of the strategic planning process, and I'm not trying to freak you guys out or fear, but you and your employees should have a clear direction of where you want the business to go into the future. And identifying what happens when fuel does get to $10. It's going to affect every single business in North America. There's 4 million businesses in the United States alone that ship, right? And we're only shipping, this year will be 800 customers. See, these discussions and the planning process itself help the business in the best position to succeed into the future. Don't you want to be part of that? Don't you want to succeed? Wouldn't you like to be able to count cards at the table and know if you should hit or not? Because the probability is that you're going to get a soft card or you're going to get a big card and it's going to break you. Wouldn't it be nice to know what the probability is when you're counting cards? Well, what about counting cards in your own business, in your own personal life, in your family's life? How do you make a difference in their life? How do you create that? See, strategic planning gives you and your business time to figure out how to grow over the next few years and how to address new opportunities and challenges. Think about the challenges or issues in your business today and it may face in 1 to 4 or 5 years, maybe next quarter. See, I'm talking about September, October, that we're going to hit a recession. That's what I see in the cards. And I'm not just like throwing that out there. I mean, we're in transportation. We can see the tea leaves of what's happening, right? Now, the government's not going to really realize until about 6 months after that we were in a recession in September, October, and they'll tell us around March. And that's usually too late. So we need to know about this beforehand. You need to know about this beforehand. So your business doesn't stumble down the road. You don't want to pull over because you got a flat tire. How about realizing that maybe your tires are bald and you need to change that? Maybe you have an alignment issue. Maybe you need new tires before you go on that camping trip going up to Merrimack, Wisconsin. Great place, by the way. But if you're not doing strategic planning, you're just flying by the seat of your pants and you figure out that you're going to go on Friday at 5 o'clock and like, hey, Jimmy, go get your stuff and put it in the car. We're going camping. Okay, I had no plans, right? And as a child, you just got to follow along. I get it. Who's leading you, right? I love my mother. My mother's great and just got to spend some time with her over the weekend, so that was kind of nice. So let's move into another field, and that's the misconceptions. How do we deal with misconceptions? Now, I know there are many strategic planning misconceptions out there, right? And there's the naysayers like, come on, you want me to plan everything? That doesn't work. From not having enough time or thinking about it, or it only benefits large companies, to fearing you'll put your business on, I don't know, the wrong path. There are a variety of reasons and concerns and complaints and restraints of why business owners may be wary of strategic planning. See, but don't be alarmed. Strategic planning can help your business, big or small. Even if it's a unicorn, maybe it's a startup, right? Maybe it's a startup unicorn, right? As you're moving forward, you have to look at where are you, right? Where are you in the process? Where's your business in the process? right? And the benefits far outweigh any of the perceived negativities that you may even bring up. Don't be negative, be positive. We can either create or we can react. I choose to bring all the energy that I have, that God gave me, and create. And I create on a daily basis. What are you creating? Are you reacting? See, regardless of the size of your business, a strategic plan is beneficial. Whether you are small or you're large or even medium size. Maybe those large companies, corporations with hundreds or thousands of employees. Strategic planning helps you make sure the company is headed in the right direction. C.H. Robinson, huge company, $22 billion. Bob is a great CEO. He's giving that company the vision that it needs, and he's handling it on a day-to-day basis. That's true leadership, and he's someone that exercises leadership as his natural self-expression. Great company, great vision, mission. They've got strategic planning down, especially for the food produce. They did a fantastic job. I bought and sold their stock over the years, and it was great. And got to know the company pretty well. Got to know Bob pretty well, too. But, how do you know if you're steering the company in the right direction? It's a great question. We have to ask ourselves these questions. See, the beginning phrases and planning and phases of any strategic plan needs to focus on the research and the discussions. See, the discussions you may be having during strategic planning aren't based on assumptions or gut feelings. That's the cowboy up thing, flying by the seat of your pants. See, they're based on the research and the information that you've gathered while talking with your employees, the people outside of your company. What is going on with regulations? What's going on in the marketplace? See, the strategic planning process may seem daunting at first, but when you understand what's involved and how to do it, it's not that complicated. It really isn't. It just takes time. Have you mastered time? Do you need more team? I ask myself that question all the time. See, it takes time, but the amount you invest in the process pays off in the end. When everyone in your company works towards accomplishing the goals and the objectives that you've laid out, you have this thing called success. You have this thing called growth. You have this thing called accountability. See, the process doesn't slow down, nor does the creativity either. When you have creativity, it really allows you to be able to create and not react. Choose. Create or react. See, when you meet with your employees for strategic planning, you're asking everyone to have a discussion and brainstorm ideas. See, the strategic planning process puts everyone's mind together to think of creative ideas. In addition to that, they all know what is going on in the company, and there's not silos. See, those silos have been broken down when communication flows freely and effortlessly. See, if you go through the strategic planning process once, don't think about that you won't have to do it again. See, that's asinine. Once you create something, you have to modify and come up with new processes. See, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, you're going to get the same thing you've always gotten. See, we don't want to go to the past to create the future. We want to go to the future to create the future. And we get the vision from the future, and then we come to the present and we create the present, because that's why it's called present, because you open it up, because it's in the future. When you're in reactive, most of the time you're operating from the past. Choose. Do you want to work in the future, or do you want to work in the past? Complete your past. Create your future. See, the strategic plan is a living document, and you should be in charge of it. Someone needs to be accountable for this. See, it's not uncommon for the business owners to create a strategic plan with their employees and rarely or never revisit the document. We do that on a quarterly basis here at Becker Logistics. And we're there as a stand and cause in the matter for each and every one of our employees to make sure that that is upheld. And if they have any problems, concerns, we take care of those. See, reviewing and reevaluating your strategic plan on a regular basis will help you be accountable and keep you and your team on track to achieve the goals that you set out to achieve. And, you know, I like to say KPIs are dead and OKRs are alive and well. And it's a new perspective. So really, those objectives and key results are really going to take you into the future. So let's talk about, I don't know, timing and success. Successful strategic planning involves a team effort. You got to get everybody involved. You got to get everyone among you. A good preposition word is among, right? With, for, after, at, by, in. We need to be among you. And we need to be among our employees. There can't be that distance between us. We need to be on the same page, as well as among you and your vendors and the outside people too. These are your, I don't know, coaches, mentors, partners, the people that help you succeed. There are hundreds of people outside of Becker Logistics that helps Becker Logistics succeed. The more you engage your employees with strategic planning, the better they'll understand the strategy that has been put in place. And you want to have a vision for your business. And then your employees are the caretakers of that. And I'm going to put myself out there. You know, people say take care of your customers all the time. No, that will happen. It will. But you first have to take care of your employees. You have to be a stand for them through everything that they're going through. Take care of your employees, and your customers will be taken care of. We need to change that paradigm. We have to change our focus. We have to make that strategic plan and process and move towards the future of really engaging with, enrolling with, and registering our employees into the future that we're creating and have them have a say in it. See, strategic planning concepts also need to be flexible. While it's necessary to have those goals and objectives for your business, you also have to be able to adapt and to change. See, if nothing changes, nothing changes. I say it all the time, and I won't stop saying it. When strategic planning is successful, everyone in your business is on the same page, on the same team with the business direction and goals, and you're not pulling over. You're not driving your bus into the gutter. You're continuing moving forward and bringing everyone with you. And you have all these eyeballs to see what's ahead. See, each individual understands what makes business stronger and thrive and what needs to be worked on. And it's more likely that each person wants to contribute their time and energy to the business growth and its success. When it comes to strategic planning, you want to start it sooner rather than later. It doesn't necessarily have to be done in the first few days or weeks of a company's life, but you want to be in the business for a few months to give yourself a better idea of what it is and what's working and what's not working. But even if you've owned your own business or worked at a company for a long time, it's not too late to get started on strategic planning. It's never a bad time to sit down and think about the current status of your company and where you want it to be in the next year, 5 years, 10 years. Maybe where you want it to be in Q3. When you're ready, and I know you will be, gather your team together and schedule a regular meeting to really sit down and dedicate to strategic planning, it will go so far. You may want to start with yourself on something personal. Like, I know it's not January, right? It's April. But maybe getting yourself in better shape, maybe taking care of the thing that has been a persistent complaint for you. What is it? Take that on. Be strategic. Be powerful. Create and bring all your energy to the game. So let's go to questions. Let's see if we have any questions. We got Dwight giving some claps. Thanks, Dwight. Appreciate it. Greg, no time to cowboy up. I love it, Greg. You go, boy. And Yvonne. Hey, Jim. It's good to see you, Yvonne. Salith, thumbs up. Right back at you. Ellen, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Cindy, let me scroll that down a little bit so I can read it. There we go. How often do you change your overall business strategy? How often? Well, we change often. Well, I come up with a 10-year vision every 10 years. So we're 25 years in. And then we'll make adjustments. Sometimes we're short and we have to do certain things to make adjustments. And I just look at our team and I might take one of them aside and say, okay, we're going to make up for that. But, we look at where we're at on a weekly basis. Where are we on our budget on a weekly basis? Someone's accountable to that. And then what's our forecast on a weekly basis? So if you're not doing that and you're just waiting for the end of the month, then at the end of the month, you realize you didn't hit it. Well, if you do it on a weekly basis, you can make those adjustments throughout the whole thing if you're strategic. In addition to that, we take the whole thing and we look at it on a quarterly basis to see what else do we need, where are we, do we need more capital, or can we go ahead and bootstrap it? Where are we? What's going on? And a lot of processes. We're not cowboying it up. That's definitely not what we're doing. You need controls also. Look at SOX compliance. There's a lot of things and a lot of people to make this happen, to make great possibilities happen in your life, in your business. You need a lot of people. The more people, the more possibilities. So look for those talented people. Bring them into the fray. And don't be the smartest person in the room. I know I'm not. So let's sum that up. Oh, we got some, okay, good info. Nice job, Jim. Love your passion. Thank you. That's why I got purple on today. It's passion. So strategic planning is a systematic process for developing yourself and your organization. It also gives you direction. What's true north? Stephen R. Covey used to talk about true north. And what is your true north? What's the true north of your organization? If you're working at an organization right now, and they're not doing strategic planning, ask them, what is our true north? Or better yet, be that leader within the organization. Say, listen, I created this strategic plan and this is what I think true north is. What do you think? Now, I know what I would do. But some other people would handle it differently. But take that on. See, strategic planning really articulates the objectives and the actions required to achieve that future that you see that is possible. And it outlines the metrics for measuring success. The more data you have, the more the data will tell you. And if you're not a statistics person, then maybe get one. Or maybe learn about statistics and go to a community college or the college that you went to and really brush up on that and find out, are you an outlier or are you in the mu? So take that out, or are you just another mode? So with that, I'm going to just leave you guys with that. I want to wish you guys a blessed week. We just celebrated Easter. What a great day and great celebration. A lot of people celebrated Seder, so Passover. I just want to say I hear you. The passion's out there. It's a great week. I hope you have a blessed week. And may God shine mercy and grace onto each and every one of you. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.